What's up guys, Mighty Team Base here, and today we're back with another video, and today we're back with another Ryzeal Fiendsmith deck profile. You guys are probably sick of this, I'm not gonna lie. But the reason I'm doing this is because I ended up getting my invite at the Philadelphia Regional, so I am going to Nats this year. I'm super excited about that, and that's kind of like the main reason I just want to make this video, just because we are close to entering Suda format with the release on January 26th, and I played Ryzeal Fiendsmith for the Philadelphia Regional. My final record was 28th place out of 761 people, and I went 8 wins and 2 losses. It's honestly the best I've ever done in a regional, so I felt really proud of this. Shout outs to everyone in the Beige Discord who helped me test. Ian, Mo, Amar, Tony, shouts for Tony for coming up with us, Jay, and Harrison. Shouts to Chris for letting me borrow cards. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm like really just not gonna talk about a lot of specific like over every card, because like this video might hopefully be super short. Like everything was super duper standard. I'm really just gonna talk about like some nuanced stuff maybe. Like for example, when I was going second, I usually took out a Sword Ryzeal, just because it's like you don't really need it going second, but you play this like full Ryzeal package of 3 of everything except for Node and Cross. I drew Cross like once going second against Pure, and it was kind of rough, but I think I needed it in the grind games. Oh, and I guess as far as matchups are concerned, I'll go over them right now. So I lost round 1 against Pure Ryzeal. He just had better non-engine, was able to do the full armor OTK. 2-0'd Kashtira, 2-0 Striker Malice. I 2-0'd Tenpai Fiendsmith. Shouts to him. I actually played him at Nats this past year. 2-1 against Ryzeal, 2-0 against Ryzeal Fiendsmith. My last loss was against Ryzeal Fiendsmith. Got unlucky that game. Super strong opponent though. And then my last 3 rounds that I 2-0'd were Cash Fiendsmith, Kashtira Malice, and then Fiendsmith Ryzeal for the mirror. Yeah, so a lot of Fiendsmith Ryzeal. I think Pure was really good for the event. Fiendsmith Ryzeal didn't end up winning, and there was a lot of Malice in the room. I really wanted to play Malice, like, so badly, but I was just a coward. Like, I told friends that day, I was like, yeah, I'm a coward, and I am, like, not playing my personal favorite deck right now. I'm playing like the thing that will most likely get me an invite, and it did. Standard Fiendsmith package. I did 2-tracked instead of 3 just because of like deck count, and it was what I was at. Shouts to Chris for letting me borrow an Engraver, a Tract, and this QCR Lacrima. We're gonna get that Lacrima on camera. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so like otherwise the Fiendsmith engine was great. Doing the Lacrima loop was really nice. I realized round 1, I played into exactly, I had a Solemn, an Imperm, a Caesar, a Cross, a Detonator, and Duo Drive, and I got Eclipsed, I Judgmented it, and then I got Eclipsed again, let it rock, and then I Impermed, and then I ended up playing into Thrust, which triggered his talents, which got him Thrust, which got him Bonfire, because he had like no engine before I had done it. So I realized what I should have done was I should have waited on Fiendsmith in Paradise and not setting it up, rather than playing into Towns. But it would all worked out in the end. I usually kept this in going second in grindier matchups, but against stuff like Malice and like Cash Fiendsmith, or just Fiendsmith decks, I usually kept this in. Ryzeal Fiendsmith, I kept this in. Against Ryzeal, I kind of took it out sometimes. It really depended. But usually it was like a Sword, 1 Tract, and then 1 Paradise that I took out. And then we'll just go over the non-engine, just because like it's probably the more interesting thing. 3 Ash, 3 Fuaros. I took this deck to a locals like the week before the regional, and it was the first time I was playing in the locals, and I went 5-0. I sided Fuaros, which felt fine, but this time I ended up maining it just so you could like overlay Lacrima and Fuaros for a Duo Drive, and honestly having Fuaros in the main was really good. The Bestials were great. I loved the Bestials, super strong cards. Valor was kind of like okay. Sometimes I sided it out against Malice, but it was nice to have it as a part of a cross-out target, which I was playing on the side. And then I played 3 Nibiru. This card was pretty good. Was able to help me survive and kind of like punish a lot of boards, but sometimes like it drawing on its own just really sucks, which is usually my problem with the card in general. And then 3 infinite impermanence. This card was great. It's always great. And then my last card in the main, putting me at 41 cards. I played 1 Called by the Grave. This was also another good card to side going second, or side out going second if I wanted to keep Paradise, but still need like 3 cards. Called by was great. I think I saw it like maybe a couple times, but it was otherwise overall fine. So that's it for the main 41 cards. We'll go to the extra deck. 2 Detonator, 1 Duo Drive, standard, 1 Requiem, 1 Moon, 1 Sequence, 1 Agmon 1 Necroquip, and then 1 Desiree. So my hot take after this regional, low-key, I kind of want to play 2 Requiem, because getting your Requiem bestialed, like, really hurts. If they're smart, they will hit it with a Druid's Worm, or if they have mag, they just hit the Engraver and then Requiem, and then do Druid's Worm the Requiem in end phase. Yeah, it's like really, really strong. I think I almost want to cut like 2 cards in my extra, or 1 card in my extra for it. I should go over it later. But otherwise, like, everything came up. I did do the Desiree, like, the 5-mat Desiree, and like having Moon, and you'll see I'm playing Exciton was really nice, because you could use Nib and Bestials or Hand Traps and Nib and all that stuff. 1 Chaos Angel. This guy was great to kind of like force interruptions, just because like the concept of a light and dark Chaos Angel is so broken. So even if it eats imperm, it's like still really good. Exciton to go into Requiem. I think I did use the effect to wipe the field once against Malice, which was really good. He tried pack bidding it on summon, but I was able to just still use the effect. 1 Caesar. I summon this against Malice occasionally. This card is broken, don't get me wrong. I summoned this card, but most times I use it as Nib Insulation. Just so it can kind of let me go for kind of a stronger high ceiling board. I really made Desiree going first, unless it was like the Kashtira guy or maybe Sky Striker Malice. 1 Typhon, he did come up. The game I did summon him, I think I did lose. It was the or the second guy I lost to, or the last guy I lost to, Ryzeal Fiendsmith, but it was still like a pretty alright card. I realized that game I think I just misplayed with how I did it. But he is on the chopping block for if I did do a second Requiem. And then my last 2 cards are Mirror Logic and SP. I didn't really summon SP a lot. I think I might cut it for the next Requiem. I'm not sure. I think it needs more testing, but also with Suda coming out, like, this deck changes with Twins of the Eclipse, or at least, like, the extra deck space. Now moving on to the side deck. I'm going to show you guys the best card in my side deck. It was Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. I really, really loved this card, and I thought it was super strong going into the regional, and it overperformed. Hitting Lacrima, it was great in theory against, like, Malice and Underground, and also on GWC. Shout outs to my friend though, shout outs to Harrison. He did play against a Mouse guy who he did hit with Bell, and then the guy realized that you could activate another, which is like the small price to pay, but I think if you have it, you have it. But I think Bell is so great as such as a defensive card, and it like overperformed for me. I would play 3 if I could. 3 Lancey on the side. I played against 1 Malice. It did come up. I did use it against the Kashtira guy, which was kind of cool. I played 3 Crossout 1 Talents. Crossout was pretty okay. It like hit an imperm, which was like fine, but otherwise it wasn't like the most meaningful thing. I think Talents was like okay. I maybe should have played more and maybe did like 3 Talents when called by, and then put like another card in the piece of non-engine in the main. I'm not sure, but overall this was fine. 3 Ulti Slayer, this kind of underperformed for me, low-key. Like, I didn't get into a lot of situations where I could use it effectively, or at least that, like, put me in a position that was winning a grind game, which was happening a lot against, like, Pure. I think in the future I would play Book of Eclipse over this card, just because it's also a little bit better going first. And then 3 Solemn Judgment, this card was really good. I had to just knew it was going to be pretty strong going into the event, and it did perform really well. Yeah, so that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Promise this will be the last Ryzeal profile, probably until the Supreme Darkness comes out. Yeah, no, but I'm super happy just to be going to Nationals this year. Oh my goodness, the glare. Hello. Hello? That's crazy. Anyways, this is Marty of Team Beige, and I'll see you later. Peace.